What's up, guys? Welcome to a Monday's free live lesson. Do we have the camera going, switching here, Kyle? There we are, perfect. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is Chris Warunke. Am I saying that right?
Chris Warunke.
Warunke. Yep. He is one of our instructors, and he's going to be teaching us on hand-to-feet combination fills and all that kind of stuff.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, that was amazing, what you were playing there. Who was that?
That's my band, Omnisite.
So check them out at omnisite.com.
Actually, Bandcamp or iTunes.
Bandcamp, iTunes,
just look
Omnisite.
up Omnisite, and that song was called Tell Me.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for playing that. It sounded awesome. If you guys were here before, you was jamming around, and I was just in awe watching you kind of play all those kind of fills.
On,
no,
thanks, Dave.
It was insane what you're doing. I'm
this
excited
is coming from the prog guy right here.
Hey, I'm not. You're the prog guy right now as well, man.
Cool.
The stuff you're playing is great.
Thanks a lot. Happy to be here.
Yeah, and you've been playing. Tell us a bit about yourself. You've been playing for 20 years.
I've been playing for 20 years as of this year.
Yeah.
About 10 of those have been professionally, full time. And I play a lot of different styles. Just always really trying to be diverse as a drummer, and
cool.
Keep it interesting.
Now, I remember when I was talking to you before, you mentioned a few things that you've kind of been involved in. I'm just going to pull up that page because some of the stuff that you've done, I mean, you said you've been in some movie scores as well.
Yeah,
was
some
it
soundtrack stuff.
I Am Legend, I think
Legend,
you played it for?
Did a trailer on that one, yep.
Like, that's crazy stuff. You've also played with, you toured with Big John Bates?
Big John Bates and the Voodoo Dolls, Europe and USA and Canada.
And you've also done some J.D. Bixby, from Canadian Idol,
He was a Canadian Idol finalist, and that was a country gig, so that was a bit different for me.
No kidding.
But hey, it was a good time and a great experience.
Bills, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How long have you been teaching for?
I've been teaching for close to 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this guy knows his stuff, okay? And he's one of the instructors that's on Drumeo. He's going to be doing a lot more lessons with us in the future. I wanted to get him in on a Monday one so we can show everybody. By the way, for all you guys watching for free, we do have lessons 5 days a week, and we have different instructors on every different lesson type of deal. And it's all about building the community and providing you with as many kind of live opportunities to interact with us as possible.
Absolutely.
Mondays we do a free lesson where everybody's allowed to come to and just get an idea and to learn, right? It's all about giving back to the community as well. I do have some giveaways this week.
Ooh,
this
nice.
week, I'm not going to give you any.
Oh.
Maybe after the lesson.
All right.
So this week we're kicking off a week on foot control, double bass, and overall just adding more creativity with your bass drum. And so I've got some really cool Evans double bass patches for your bass drum.
Those are awesome. I use those.
Aren't they nice?
They're great.
I got 2 of these to give away. And actually, if you want to go to the foot cam, I think we have it on there, do we?
There it is.
Beautiful.
Right there.
Go to the foot cam there, Kyle. Audio, Kyle. There we go. So as you can see, it spreads around both beaters. If you play double bass pedal, it's really cool to have. Strengthens your bass drum pedal, your bass drum head a little bit. And cool. And we also got a shirt to give away. And I'm going to give away another month trial.
Whoa.
Free month of Drumeo to one of you guys. So how to do that, you go to facebook.com/Drumeo and you like the page, facebook.com/Drumeo. Like the page, and we're going to ask a question for you guys to post on our wall. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick randomly one of those people who posted and give you something for free. You don't have to pay shipping, anything. It's all yours. And the question today is, who's your favorite drummer and why? So
it's a good question.
Yeah. Who's your favorite drummer, by the way?
It's a good question because it's a tough one. It's hard to narrow it down to one, but
yeah.
Hey, I think the ultimate drummer is Vinny Colaiuta. Because that guy, he can do anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he can do anything.
Very versatile.
Very versatile, and I really like that in a drummer.
Awesome. Well, there's Chris's favorite drummer. Post your guys's, and what I'm going to do is throughout the lesson, I'm going to stop him, and I'm going to get him to, or I'm going to give away some stuff. Okay, so that being said, if you have questions, people in the Drumeo chat, people who are subscribers, ask your questions right away. We'll try to get to them. Obviously, Mondays are crazy busy lessons, but we'll have time at the end, hopefully, right?
Yeah, we'll have time to answer some questions for sure.
You can stay a little late, right?
I can stay a little late.
Cool. Okay, so that being said, why don't you just kick it off?
Okay, so we're doing hand-feet combinations here, or I can say hand-foot combinations, because you can play these with a single kick or a double kick. They can go either way. Some work a little bit better with a double kick than others, but we'll get into that when the time is right. We're going to start with number 1 here. Number 1 is just a basic combination in groups of 2. Okay, so you're starting with your kick, 2 kicks, followed by 2 snares, moving it around the drum kit. Okay, we're doing 16th notes here. All right, so I'm going to play it for you, show you what it sounds like. Let me just say this. I did it backwards. Starts with the foot. Okay, so that's basically it at a slow tempo. Now you can speed this up. You can speed it up with single pedal or double pedal. I'm going to play it a little bit faster for you and show you what it sounds like sped up. With a double pedal, a little bit faster. Okay, now this is a very basic but very useful fill. I mean, I use this fill a lot. Do you use this fill, Dave?
I use this fill more than I use any other fill probably.
There you go.
In prog, yeah.
Yeah, so this one's very useful. Now, do you want me to show it? Should I show it in a musical context?
Play a tasty little lick and then go into the fill and kind of
Okay.
show us an application.
Okay, so this is it with a groove. I'm going to show it to you in a more musical context than just the fill. Okay, so here we go. Had to think about that one for a second there. It's early in the morning for me, people.
Cool. That sounded awesome. And starting with the foot, I mean, you originally started with the snare, but you can always...
You can flip it around. I mean, I'm used to starting this one with a snare, but it sounds really cool with the foot. You know, it can go either way. It's one of those fills. Yeah.
Cool. So that, I guess, would you start there? Like, I mean, if you're wanting to start adding your foot into some of these fills, that like the number one, is that where you would want to start?
Well, you know, sometimes I think that with this fill, I kind of use the kicks as a pickup because, like I said, I'm used to starting it with my hands. So sometimes there I was actually doing it as a pickup. So sorry about that if I did that. But no, you know, with a kick, it would start on the 1. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, kick, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it's written there, starting on the 1. You know, as drummers, we have our habits.
It's all good.
Yeah, so that's a good one. I mean, you can do a lot with that one and have fun speeding it up, whether you're playing a single kick or a double.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely useful. Okay, so number 2. What we have here is, this is a group of 4 snare notes, okay, followed by 2, followed by 6. Okay, so I'm going to play this for you slowly and then again speed it up. And then it's split up by 2 bass drums, okay? So what we're doing there is we're going 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and okay? Finishing it off with the hands. Show you what that sounds like at a slow tempo. Okay,
Nice.
so that's the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting because you're trading off, you know, different snare patterns there. You're going 4, 2, 6. So I kind of like this one. This one, you know, this one's pretty interesting. Okay, so maybe I'll play it for you with a beat. Here we go.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so that was a bit of double kick there and a bit of single kick just to show you can do it either way.
Cool. Now, these are all notated if you look at the notation, which you can download the resources. Everybody who's here free and on Drumeo, you can download the resources. But it is notated with 1 bass drum. But don't worry about that. If you want to do 2, you can. If it gets too fast.
It's notated with 1?
It's notated with 1. Yeah, the second bass drum would be one drop below. Yeah.
For the double kick.
Sorry,
Okay.
that's what I meant. It's notated. It's
I
what
thought I was seeing double or something.
He's just doing 2. I don't know why. It's notated with 1.
More notes.
Single bass is what I should have said, but you can include double bass in there.
Yeah.
If anybody who's wondering.
It's notated as a single kick. That's right.
Cool. Tasty fill.
Yeah, it's a tasty one. Yeah, this is one I came up with off the top of my head. I'm sure
Yeah.
I use it somewhere. If I don't, hey, I'm about to.
The thing is with like the hand and feet combos is once you start playing a lot of them, once you start getting more comfortable, it's more of an emotional decision. Like how many snares before how many bass or how many toms, or
there's a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go anywhere with this stuff. Groups of 5s, groups of 3s. Hey, later we're gonna do some 3s.
I'm excited for those.
Yeah, those are great.
Let's do number 3.
Those are my favorite. Okay, so number 3. So what we're doing here with number 3 is we're splitting it up. You can look at it as groups of 4 with the hands, but you're splitting them up into 2s, okay? So it's starting on the tom. So you're going 2 with the tom, 2 with the snare, 2 with the foot. You're repeating that until you got to get back to the 1. So basically it's 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, back to the 1. Okay, so let me play this one for you guys. Now I'm going to play it with a beat. You guys can hear what this sounds like in a groove context. Here we go. All right.
Awesome.
That one's a lot of fun. Yeah, that one's a fun fill.
I've heard Portnoy use that one in almost every other song he does. That's one of his specialties.
Yep. Classic.
Classic fill. Cool, man.
Yeah, so that's a great fill. You can have a lot of fun with that one. Like I said, even with single kick, I'm going to try to demonstrate all of these with single kick and with double kick pedal.
Do you consider that cheating when you go to double pedal? I heard a lot of people say online that says, you're cheating.
That's always sort of an argument, but I don't think so.
No.
I mean, here's the thing. If you guys can do it with a single foot and you just prefer to do it with double pedal, that's definitely not cheating. Okay, but try to do it with a single, even at faster tempos. Okay, because then if you want to do it with double pedal, it's totally up to you. It's just it's personal preference, right? Sometimes I like to use the double kick pedal for those fills just because of more clarity. I can emphasize the left.
Yeah.
I do heel toe technique. I can't really emphasize the second note quite as much as the first one sometimes,
Yeah.
So sometimes I like to go to a double kick and really emphasize the left. And I don't think it's cheating. No, I don't think so.
I just wanted to get your take on that because I know it's a question that we've always gotten quite a bit.
Yeah.
Or there's a song that you post on there where you use double bass when you could have used single and everybody flames you on it.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. No, I mean, you know what? It's good to do it both ways, to be able to do it both ways. So practice your single your single pedal technique to get fast doubles, okay? And then if you want to, you can play the same pattern really quickly using a double kick. Double kick does make it a bit easier. You can fly around the kit. The thing I like about the double kick is I feel more balanced when I'm playing it. You know what I mean? Because I'm using, all 4 limbs.
Yeah.
That's the thing with me. I just feel more balanced and I can feel like I can really fly around the kit when I'm using the double pedal. The single, I mean, I can do pretty fast doubles with a single pedal. But, I think that even with that said, I would prefer to use the double kick for some of these fills once they get faster.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Good points there.
Thank you.
And I'm good. Before we go any further, guys, I'm going to give away one of these. These are awesome. The EQ bass drum head patch, double bass drum head patch. And what I did is, again, like I said in the beginning of the lesson, go to facebook.com/Drumeo, like us, and post who's your favorite drummer and why. And I've got a ton of them already, so I'm just going to randomly pick one here.
Those are going to be good.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to pick... right here. This one's going to be Blake McLemore. Blake McLemore. My favorite drummer is Tony Royster. His single strokes are beast. He is an incredible drummer.
He's phenomenal.
Absolutely incredible. And I remember watching his video. Everybody's seen his video when he's 12 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're just like, what is he doing? He's 12 and I'm over twice his age and I can't do it.
And it's still amazing to this day to watch that video.
And then
you know?
you see what he's doing now. They're just
And you see what he's doing now. It's like next level stuff. Yeah.
Congratulations, Blake. Email
on,
me,
Blake.
dave@drumeo.com. And those are yours. And let's continue with us. I'll give some more stuff away in a bit.
Okay, guys, we're moving on to number 4 here. This one's a lot of fun to play. Now, it's really important to have the proper positioning for this fill, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Because what you're doing here is you're starting on the snare, you're going to the tom, okay? You're going to the floor tom, and back to the snare, okay? So you have to have this position to start, especially if you want to play this fill fast, okay? Right on the snare, left on the tom, okay? Right on the floor tom, left comes back to the snare. Okay, so you're doing a shape like this. I look at it as a shape. It's kind of an L shape. Okay, so you're going like this. And then you've got 2 kicks happening, and you're repeating that after the 2 kicks. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. I'm going to show you what that sounds like. Okay, that one is a blast.
Yeah, no kidding.
I like that one, and I use that one in an Omnisite song or two. One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the switching of the hands, how you're going from the right hand on the snare, left hand on the snare, right, left. Has a good flow to it, that one. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So and that one, I mean, you know, like all the other ones, single or double kick. You know, start slow, gradually speed it up. You know, this one sounds even good slow. Let me play for you just a little bit slower. Just has a really cool vibe to it. I like that one at any tempo.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Want to move on?
Moving on to number 5, guys. Okay, number 5, this is where it gets really interesting because now we're splitting it up into groups of 3 on the drums, okay? So what we're doing is we're doing 3, it's still 16th notes, so we're doing 3 on the snare, 2 on the kick, 3 on the tom, 2 on the kick, 3 on the next tom, 2 on the kick, and then we're left over with 1 little 16th note on the snare at the very end of the bar. This one's really cool. This one will mess with your mind, though. You've played this one before.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a fun fill. Okay, so I'm going to show this one to you guys, and I'm going to play it really slow just to break it down for you. This one's a little bit more complicated, I would say. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, compared to the ones we've been doing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's time to pick it up, I guess. So.
Yeah, okay, so here we go. So groups of 3 on the hands, 2 with a foot. Here we go. Okay, now, in order to get the idea, you have to play a groove, right? You have to do the 4/4 thing and then play this and come out on the 1. So let me show you what that sounds like. It goes like this.
Man, these are grooving so well.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
The hardest part about this one, for me at least, is not playing triplets. I always want, because you're starting with a group of 3, you know, whenever I start with a group of 3 on here and go to my feet, my mind automatically thinks, okay, 16 note trips.
It's kind of a borderline triplet feel, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Well, anytime you have groups of 3s, you're thinking, you know, triplets, 3s, right?
Yeah. So maybe practice this one with a click, or like you were doing is putting it into a bar so you'd know when you're coming in and when you're leaving type of deal.
I find that personally, when I start using my double kicks on this fill, for some reason I go to triplets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I stick to the single kick, I can really split it up, you know, and I'm not going to triplet mode there. So make sure you're counting this one as well. It's really important to count this one because this one's a little bit more difficult. Okay, make sure you're going 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and then you're off to the 1.
Beautiful.
Yeah, this one's great.
Cool.
A lot of fun, guys. Have fun with this one. All right. Should we be moving on?
Yeah, we should. We have quite a few questions, and it's almost 10:30, and we're halfway done. So yeah, I told you, time flies when you're doing this stuff. So let's go through number 6, 7. We'll give away some more stuff, and we'll finish the last ones off. Get some questions.
Okay, sure. So number 6 here. Now we've got 30-second notes coming into the picture. So as you can see there's 30-second notes on the kick. Take this one down to a slow tempo just to make sure we can play those 30-second notes solid. And that's happening right after 2 snares. And then you're going to the tom, to the snare, okay? And then kick, snare, snare. Let me show you what this one sounds like. So basically what you can do is take a look at this one. You'll see a pattern that's repeating, okay? The pattern is on the 1 and it's on the 1 and then it's sort of halfway through the 2, so and of 2, okay? That's a pattern that's repeating there if you can pick that out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you what that one sounds like here. This one's a lot of fun as well. Here we go. Okay.
Beautiful. I love finally adding different note values in there. So
different note value. Did I do
30-second notes? No.
30 seconds. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, going from 16 to 30 seconds, it's cool. And make sure you don't do triplets there is a good point, actually.
Sometimes I go into triplet mode. I'm like, was I in triplet mode? Yeah. Yes, I was. But
double the speed.
I know what you mean. Yeah, 16s to 30-second notes. That's the whole idea here with this one, guys. We're changing up the note values. As some of us would say, we're spicing it up, right, Dave? Spicing it up.
You've been watching my lessons, haven't you?
I say it too, man. I say it too. I'm not kidding.
I've always said, Dakeman.
I say 2 things: spice it up and jazz it up.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't use jazz it up. Maybe I should start using jazz it up.
Yeah, jazz it up's a good one.
Cool.
If you want to get away from the spice thing, you know.
I've already got my avatars changed. I'm now Cajun spice.
Well, too late now.
It's too late now for that.
Jazz it up's gonna be mine then.
Jazz it up's gonna be yours. Cool. Hey, quickly, this really quick questions.
Sure. Let's take some questions.
Mikey or just one. Well, this is just about gear because he wants to know what brand of or model of ride and hi-hat are you using. They sound magnificent.
Oh, thanks, guys. Because there's no logos on my cymbals.
I can kind of see an evolution.
Yeah, you can kind of see it. Yeah. And it's because I like the way they look without the logos, and I'm not officially endorsed by a company yet, so no logos.
So if you're watching this, Sabian.
But yeah, if you're watching this, Sabian. But I will tell you what I'm using because you asked. Okay, this is a 20-inch Evolution Ride HHX Sabian. And it is quite a beautiful ride. It has an amazing bell. You can crash on it, and it's got great stick definition. I love it.
What about your hats here?
You'll hear that all over the Omnisite record. The hats, these are interesting. These are Zildjians. Okay, these are, I think they're New Beats, and they're 15-inch hats, so they're pretty big. Mm-hmm. And they're really crisp, actually. They're not as dark as you would expect 15-inch.
For 15s, I thought they were 14s.
Yeah, they're probably killing you over here.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I got these big earbuds in. Michael Donald asks, what size sticks are you using?
Okay, good question. My sticks, you know what? Recently I started using these Los Cabos, okay? 5B maple.
Let me check them out.
Check them out. So they're not hickory.
Oh, wow.
So the maple stick, maple is a bit of a lighter wood, okay, in color and in weight. And I like having a bit of a bigger stick, bigger diameter, but not super heavy, super chunky. You know, I really like these sticks. And,
Los Cabos?
Los Cabos 5B maple.
5B maple. Check those out. I'm going to quickly give away a Drumeo shirt, okay? This one here, I'm going to find out. I'm going to refresh the page. Again, Drumeo, or facebook.com/Drumeo. Who is your favorite drummer and why? I'm going to pick a random one here. And you guys are going to get a Drumeo shirt. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to pick the first one that I see. Okay, here we go. Bob Tebb, T-E-B-B-E. Bob, you've won a shirt. He says, gotta be Neil Peart. It's just amazing what the guy can do on a set.
Absolutely. Influenced generations of drummers.
Neil Peart is an incredible drummer.
Yeah.
And he's influenced so many, like you.
Yeah, you know, I think everybody's influenced by Neil Peart. Or Peart.
Peart.
It took me a while to get used to that because I always used to say Peart as well.
Yeah.
It's Peart.
Cool. Bob, email me, dave@drumeo.com, and we'll get you set up with that. And that one actually just came in, so I'll like it. Now, we got a few minutes. Let's get to some of these other ones. 7 through 9, I guess it would be. We're in triplets now, right?
Now we're in triplet mode. Okay, here we go. Triplets. Okay, so this one is, I guess you can kind of look at this as groups of 6, right? 2 triplets, 16th note triplets back to back, if you want to. On the page, it's 16th note triplets. You're starting with 2 kicks, 4 hands. So triplet, 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 triple. You get it. I'll play it slow, and we'll see how this one goes. Oops, messed up that last one.
Yeah.
You get the idea.
You get the idea.
Yeah, it's triplets, but instead of, playing them all with your hands and doing the typical triplet, 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 roll down the kit, you're getting a bit more creative with it, and you're starting with 2 bass drums on each quarter note.
Cool.
Yeah. So that one's pretty neat. Portnoy uses that one all the time, right? If you're listening to Dream Theater, Mike Portnoy, that's a Portnoy fill right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
You never wrong with Portnoy fills.
Yeah.
They're great.
For sure.
Number 8.
Okay, number 8. Okay, guys, this is one of my favorite fills of all time. Okay, this one's really exciting. And what you're doing here is you're starting on a crash with a bass drum, okay? Basically, there's a crash and a kick on every quarter, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? But what you're doing is you're playing the rest of the triplets in between, moving it around the kit. I'll just play this one for you because you know what? You guys need to see this one. It's one of those fills.
Sure.
Right? Okay, here we go. Oh, before I forget, okay, this is one of the fills where if you're playing single kick, this is going to be really tough to get at a quick tempo. Right, Dave?
Because you got 3, yeah.
Because you got 3 kicks happening.
Originally I asked you too, I'm like, you sure that's not supposed to be double bass? But
yeah.
You're going to try it with
I'm going to do a single kick at a slow tempo just to show you guys the concept of the fill. And then I'm going to play it the way I would normally play it with double kicks a little bit faster. But yeah, check it out. Here we go. Sorry guys, I'm having an issue here with my pedal. My shoelace is untied. Okay, so that's it with a single pedal. I mean, it's not that fast, right?
No.
I don't think you'd ever really play it that slow, would you? Maybe?
Yeah.
Depends, right?
There might be a time, but it's good to practice it up at least.
It's good to practice it. And you know what? One thing that not too many drummers practice is, 3 strokes in a row with a foot, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we're always doing singles, we're always doing doubles. Not many people are doing 3, unless you're maybe Jojo Mayer. I've seen him do some pretty crazy stuff with a single kick, right?
Yeah.
Now, I can do a faster 3 with one pedal by going heel, toe, toe. And that way you can get 3. It's not quite as consistent as doing this fill with double kick, though. So let me play it with double kick for you guys, show you how it sounds sped up. Okay,
There we go.
that's it. That's how to play it.
That's where you want to play.
That's where you
at
wanna
that
play it,
tempo,
yeah.
and you're not just playing one crash. You moved it around to
Yeah.
the bell. You moved it around to the.
That's the cool thing about this fill. Since there's a crash on every quarter, you can move it around, you know. Now, the thing is, I like to use this crash over here, or maybe a China, because what you're doing is starting with a right. Right, left, kick, kick, right, left, kick, kick, kick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that way it's a lot easier. If you're using this crash over here and you're trying to go around the kit, you got to start crossing over and you get all tangled up. So it is cool to move this one around, you know, not just for the physical aspect of it, but for the tonality of, you know, using different cymbals. You know, you could do stuff like...
It'd almost be a good exercise, like I'm thinking right now too, just to keep moving that around. Like, don't stop it after
Absolutely.
one bar. And they just keep going round.
Yeah,
and
you can
round.
keep looping it around, go, you know, this way, try to go backwards, pretty tough, but hey, great exercise, like
Good
Dave
exercise
said.
for that.
Yeah, for sure. So have fun with that. That's one of my favorite fills. I use that on the Omnisite record as well. There's one song where I think I even do it twice, which might be a little bit much, but hey.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good.
All right, number 9.
Okay, number 9. So number 9 is... Okay, so this is a pretty interesting way of breaking up triplets. Okay, so we got 16th note triplets happening here again. What we're doing is we're going snare, tom, tom... No, sorry. Snare, tom, floor, tom, back to the high tom, and then 2 kicks. Yeah, okay, and then we're repeating that. And then we are coming out of it with triplets between the floor tom and the bass drum. And then just straight 16ths for E and coming out of it back to the 1. Let me show you how this one sounds. This one moves around a lot, so I'll play this one slowly. Bonus fill for you at the end there.
Nice. That's a cool fill. You got
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I made that one up.
very creative.
That's my fill, but you guys can take it and use it. And...
Do we have to pay you a royalty to use the fill?
No, guys, you can take this one royalty free. It's on me.
Okay, good. It's on you. Awesome. Okay, we got one more left, and then we got some questions and some more stuff to give away. So
Okay,
number 10
perfect.
looks really cool too.
Okay, yeah, this is another one that I made up. I used this in a song in a little breakdown before the main riff kicks back in. It's a pretty cool little, like a mini drum feature, you could say. Just
Sure,
a big, like a 1-bar solo. Okay, you can consider this a 1-bar solo. Interesting thing about this one is you have to cross over on this one. Okay, I'll show you what I mean by that, because you're going to go right, left, kick, kick, right back onto the high tom here. Now, as you can see, it ends in kind of an interesting way. It's the snare on the beginning of the triplet and the kick at the end of the triplet. Then there's a rest for what would be the very last triplet of the bar. So you've got a little rest there, 8th note rest, okay, taking up the and. Okay, so let me show you what this one sounds like, guys. And when I play it in the song,
Sorry, I was just gonna say that looks so cool with the crossover. Can you do that again with the overhead camera?
yeah,
on
sure. And when I play this in the tune, I do a cymbal choke at the end on that last kick.
Okay.
I forgot to notate that. I'll do it here so you can see what it sounds like or hear what it sounds like as well.
No, he didn't do it. Kyle, I said overhead cam. Do you want to get overhead cam going? And do it in a beat and fill, because this fill looks awesome, guys.
Yeah, well, I'm in the tune. I'm coming out of a hi-hat count while the guitar's playing a riff. So I'll show you. I'll show you what that sounds like. Kind of like how it is in the song called "Obstacles," okay, by Omnisite.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
Dude, awesome fills.
Thanks a lot, man. I like to be creative with these fills,
Yeah.
the combo fills, because there's so much you can do, guys. Just, you know what? Come up with your own ideas as well. I mean, I think that this will get you off to a good start and give you some new ideas as well, because some of these I just made up off the top of my head that you see on the, they can download the PDF.
Yep.
So check that out. And then I urge you guys to also come up with your own combos, because they're a lot of fun. There's so much you can do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like endless possibilities, you know. So I have a lot of fun with these, and you guys can have fun with them as well.
Even the jam beforehand, you did after your song, you were kind of jamming around, and you did like a bar of beat, and then you did like a fill.
Oh yeah.
And each fill you were doing, I was just like, man, we should notate that one up. Man, you should teach that one. Man, you should teach that one.
Cool.
Yeah,
Maybe we will.
Yeah, exactly. We have
More combos.
Nothing but time. And with for all you guys watching free, like I said, today is just one of the lessons out of the week. We do one lesson every day, an hour-long lesson. And what we also do is we like to try and theme the weeks. And this week, well, like I said, we're kicking off adding your foot, left foot, right foot, just bass drum independence. I think tomorrow we have Mike McCalco teaching single bass drum independence for beginners. Then we have Sean Lang, who's another double bass demon, and he's going to be coming out and teaching intermediate and advanced double bass drum, adding bass drum into your beats, or double bass into your beats and all that. So yeah, we have a whole week of that kind of stuff coming up. And if you guys look at the schedule, you'll kind of see that there's just a ton of stuff that's planned already. And the students are giving us feedback too, giving us lesson content and stuff. And they're loving you right now.
Oh, wow. Thanks, guys. Hey,
yeah.
I'm happy to be here. I love Drumeo. I love drummers. I love sharing knowledge and playing the kit. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming out. We've still got lots of time, so I'm going to get to some questions. But before I get to some questions, I'm going to give away the last one of these. And if you guys are just tuning in now, it's a drumming bass drum patch by Evans. It's an EQ patch, and it's designed for double bass drums, or double bass pedals, sorry.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, and you use them, obviously.
They're nice and thin. What I like about them is, remember those old plastic ones that were really thick? I thought those were too thick. Evans really figured it out with these things here, because they're made out of some sort of fabric, right?
Yes.
Looks like some sort of fabric, so...
And I'm actually just looking at it, and it looks like you get two of them. I didn't know you get two of them in a pack.
You get two of them in a pack, so bonus.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go back on Facebook.com/Drumeo. Hopefully everyone has liked that already and has posted who their favorite drummer is and why. I'm going to refresh it so I get all of them. And you going to give me a drum roll?
Yeah.
All right, Angela Enlow.
All right.
Angela Enlow, you win. You said your favorite drummer is Chris Warenke.
Oh.
He's a great instructor, and I hope he comes back.
Thank you so much. I will be coming back. It might be a little while, but what's my next lesson?
It's up there somewhere.
It's up there somewhere, but I will be back.
He's going to be back, and like I said, these guys aren't going anywhere. They're doing awesome jobs. Like, you guys are just owning.
You know what? Yeah,
stuff.
I've been watching some of the live videos, and the live lessons, man, I wish that I had Drumeo when I was learning how to play drums.
Totally.
I mean, well, I'd be like 10 times the drummer I am now if I had Drumeo when I was learning.
I get that.
It's true.
I get that comment actually more than anything. It's like, where was this when I was starting?
Yeah.
Actually, I was talking to somebody who was 69 the other day, and picked up Drumeo, and he says, man, if I had this when I was starting, he says, there's no stopping. There would have been no stopping me.
So consider yourselves lucky, guys.
No kidding. Okay, so question time. We got a few of them, and stick around, guys, because at the very end I'm going to give away a month free membership to Drumeo. So stick around for that too. Okay, so just really quick.
Sure, yeah.
I'm going to get some really quick questions out of the way. What kind of pedals are you using?
These pedals are DW5000s. I've had them for half my life, and they're great. They're nice and fast. They're light, and they're the older model, because I know they revised them, and they're different design now.
Just goes to show that everybody does have their own preference, because I don't think we've had a double or DW5000 pedal on Drumeo yet.
Oh.
I know Jay Dakeman plays them, but he didn't bring them, so I think this is the first time. Okay, so Drum Smart says, what did he just play between the ride and the hi-hat? I think that was for your song that you did in the beginning, when you're kind of... I think it was a 7 pattern.
It was a fast 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. But what I'm doing is, should I play it just quickly?
Just quickly, yeah, sure. Yeah,
I think this is what he's talking about. Okay, it turned off my snares there. But that's the pattern. Basically, let me break it down for you just really, really slowly. This won't take too long. Okay, that's in the Omnisite song "Tell Me," coming out of the bridge. And there's some hi-hat step notes there with some triplets. We'll have to get into that one another time.
In the archive, you'll be able to watch this video. Yeah, you can kind of watch that and kind of pick it apart yourself. I think the one thing to remember, though, because, I mean, whenever I play, I'm going back and forth. I mean, going from the sticks is easy, but when you're playing with your foot, the step notes there.
Step note into the rest of the triplet there. Yeah. It's a triplet going, this will be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's that. I think that's the most important part of that groove you played there. Because
it's an important little detail.
Very important. Okay, moving on. Pingo says, Dave, we all like to know what brand of cymbals Chris is using. You kind of already talked about that, so we won't go into much more detail on that.
It's various brands.
Michael Donald also says his favorite drummer is Buddy Rich. Which
Classic.
is an incredible drummer. He's probably influenced
One of the best drummers ever.
Yeah, I would say right up
Hands
there.
down.
Michael Donald said, what if we don't have Facebook to win the stuff? Unfortunately, it's the only way we do it. Every now and then I'll pick somebody from the chat in Drumeo. But all you guys in Drumeo in the chat already have memberships, so I can't do that today. John Broadway asked Dave, it looks like he's sitting very high, actually.
Not really.
Not too high.
Higher than I used to, though. I used to sit all the way to the bottom of the throne. Basically as low as it goes on a, whatever drum stool I was using. But actually, no, it's funny that they picked that out because I have raised my drum stool by like 3 inches or so.
Okay.
Just in the last maybe year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, it's preference, I guess, for you, right?
It's preference. I mean, I was always used to sitting with my legs at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, it's still pretty close to that. So I don't feel like I'm sitting too high. I'm not, I'm not standing.
Yeah.
Right? Could be higher.
Could be higher. We have I think Jared actually sits really high in his kit too, but it works for him very well.
It's all a personal preference thing. Yeah.
Okay, so Blue Pearl Oyster says, I posted this on Facebook, but here it is anyway. Danny Serafine is one of my favorite drummers. I simply love the jazz rock style. I think he is more or less invented as well as Chicago's old music.
He's a pioneer for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Cool, thanks for submitting that. Next question. Daniel Jones. Not a question, a comment. Oh, okay. Great to see these demonstrated single and double bass. We all don't have double kicks, so thanks a bunch.
And that was the idea. We knew that, right? Not everybody plays a double kick pedal. And hope you have fun with these combo fills. You can remember, guys, you can do them with single pedal as well. Just slow them down.
And then I think a lot of drummers too, as soon as they see hand feet combination, they automatically think double bass. So when I got your sheet music, I'm like, yes, they're not all double pedal.
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to be able to use these. Mm-hmm. Nicolas sorry, I'm not going to pronounce it wrong, so I'm just going to leave it at that. How do you hold your sticks, and how long are they? They look really big.
Okay, Nicholas S. We'll say Nicholas S.
Yes.
Okay, they are not really big. They're 5Bs, so they're a tiny bit wider in diameter than a 5A or a 7A would be. But they're just standard length, which is 16 inches, I believe. And I'm holding them just not way at the back, like not way back here, but a little, tiny bit up, maybe like an inch up from the butt end of the stick, just so I can get a good balancing point, I find that, if you hold your sticks too far back, they're way too top heavy and you don't get a bounce. You want to utilize the bounce, use it to your advantage. At the same time, with that said, you don't want to hold them up here like, where you're not getting any bounce at all, right?
Yeah.
So I find
fighting the stick then.
Yeah, I find a happy medium between the two, right? So I'm usually not way at the back.
Cool.
About an inch up from the butt end of the stick.
Yeah. Stu asks, it's more of a comment than a question. This is the first time I've actually been able to catch a live lesson. Stu, thanks for coming out.
Hey, it's my first time too.
Yeah.
Doing a live lesson.
Yeah. I've been, he said, I've been joining for a number of years playing a band called Easy Street here in Bismarck. Is that North Dakota? I agree that sometimes it feels like cheating when you're playing double bass, when you're playing double pedal. Mm-hmm. In many cases, I play typically double bass grooves with a single foot, but sometimes in order to get the speed or accuracy, I play with the double pedal.
Yeah, I totally hear you on that one. I do the same thing. Just remember, you're not always going to have access to a double kick pedal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, let's say you're filling in for somebody or doing an open mic or something. There's not always going to be a double kick pedal there. So I can't stress it enough to just learn as much as you can with a single kick, even with these combo fills.
Yeah.
Try to do them all with a single kick, even if you're a double kick player. Because, it's just good to have, basically the option to do that because there's not going to be a double kick everywhere you go.
I was just going to say, you never know when you're going to go to a gig and then you're sharing a kit and he doesn't have a double bass.
Yeah, exactly.
Paradiddle says, hey Dave, hey Chris, just wanted to say hi. I'm enjoying the lessons.
Great. Hello. I'm glad you're enjoying them.
Yes, glad to see you out here again. Mikey Mayhem also says Master Warwinkie is an amazing drummer. Just saying.
Thank you, Mikey. I appreciate it.
Cool. Okay, excellent. Congratulations. Thanks for sharing that. It's from Daryl Bork. Or Brock, sorry. Daryl. And we got a question here from Jake Carroll. He says, I have a lot of issues drumming in odd time. He says specifically 5, 4, and 7/8. Mm-hmm. Do you have any advice on how to count these out while attempting to play them?
Yes, I do. It's a good question. It's something that a lot of drummers, I think, have a tough time with, right? Playing in odd times, especially when you're starting out. Well, you have to know if you're counting, like the 5/8 or a 5/4, right? You have to. It's all relative to tempo, right? So in that demonstration I did with the ride and the hi-hat, I was counting really fast sevens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. There's no time for ands.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to know if you're actually going to have some ands in between the numbers or if you're just going to have the numbers. And remember that if you're playing in 5, that's pretty choppy, okay? So if you're getting a choppy vibe with 5, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know you're doing it right. If it's too smooth, you're probably not doing it right.
Yeah.
You slow it down. With any odd times, slow it down and also subdivide if it's a larger number.
Cool.
With 5, you can just count straight to 5. With 7, you can do 4 or 3. I find it helps to do 4 and 3.
Like
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And that one in the fast 7, sometimes I actually go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So
makes it a bit easier.
Yeah, a little bit easier. Subdivide and slow it down.
Cool. Good question, Jake.
Yeah, good one.
We have actually a whole lesson week coming up on Odd Time. I don't know when it is. I think it's in May. But it's coming up. Grandpa Doug says, where was the internet when I was starting in Smiles? So
hey,
totally.
Same with me. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see here. Billy Hunter says, what's your middle names? What's your middle names? Billy wants to know.
Okay.
What kind of beater do you prefer? Wood, plastic, or etc.? You don't have to say your middle name if you don't want.
I'll say my middle name. It's Lee. Lee.
Okay.
Yeah, my nick. I've had so many nicknames. It's ridiculous, but one of them is CL Dub. CLW.
CL Dub?
CL Dub.
Oh, okay.
That's what my band
we are a community that embraces nicknames.
Yeah, I noticed that.
You noticed that? So you might get one, whether it's from the community or yourself. Also, what kind of beaters do you prefer? Plastic, wood, or felt?
You know what? I really like these beaters. I don't know if you can go to the pedal cam here, but they're pretty worn out, as you can tell. But they're dual sided, so I like both. I like the hard side when I need to cut through, and I like the soft felt side when I need to be a bit quieter.
Cool.
So usually I'm using the hard side though, just because I play music that is a little bit more aggressive or louder.
Yeah.
So I like them both.
Awesome. Billy here also asks, who drew on your snare head?
I did. Yeah.
Looks cool. Check out the overhead cam, guys. That's a drawing that he did. Was that just with felt or?
Yeah, it's just with felt. I have a tendency to see this as a blank canvas. I do visual art as well. So, I just got bored one day when I was, just cleaning my drums and, it was actually a gradual thing. I started drawing something else and then drew over it, and so I did that, and I'm just keeping it here because my snare sounds pretty good, and I think it looks pretty cool too.
If you ever have to change your head, you have to draw a new.
Yeah, you get to draw a new, something every time, whatever it may be.
Yeah. April Singer says, with the hi-hat and rides pattern that you were just talking about, you mentioned a thing called step notes.
Yeah.
Please define. Okay,
step note is when you're actually using the step as a note in the pattern. Okay, so that means that this, what I'm doing with my foot, okay, I'm getting this type of a sound, but I'm actually playing it with my foot. Okay, and that way I can do stuff like, so it's almost like I'm going, but my hand's over here, so it's busy playing the ride. I can't go, so I gotta go. So that's a step note, when you're actually deliberately using that as a note that's part of the pattern. A lot of jazz guys do that. I mean, you can't play jazz without that.
Yeah.
Right? So it's more of a jazz thing, but a really cool little trick.
Good question, April.
Yeah, very
Glad
good.
you picked that out. Noodle says, hey, Chris, great job on the lesson. How long did it take you to develop your heel toe? Mine's terrible, and I can't seem to take it anywhere.
Okay, well, first of all, thanks for the compliment. Heel toe, you know what? I'll be honest with you guys. This, I don't even know. Like, it just, one day I started doing this a long time ago, And I thought, oh, wow, I can get doubles doing this weird rocking motion. And honestly, I didn't even think about it. And then later on, I noticed that one of my favorite drummers at the time when I was a teenager, David Bruzies, who played in Pearl Jam on the second and third album, he did a heel toe and he had a really fast foot. So I was like, oh, well, that's what it is. It's a heel toe. Okay. Yeah. And then I sort of started to explore it. But it's just developed over the years, over like 10 or 15 years. So it's been a long time. You know, don't give yourself a hard time if it doesn't come right away, because it is a bit of an unnatural type of approach at first. I'm trying to do it with my left foot now, and it's like, how do you do that?
It's like teaching a dog little tricks. Like you developed it. You developed it yourself.
I developed it myself. Just somehow doing it before I knew what it really was. Yeah.
And if you don't know it and you already all of a sudden want to start learning it or have to start learning it, then it's a bit different. I totally get that. We get that quite a bit.
I get it too, because I'm having a tough time with my left foot. I saw a video that Jared did, and he's doing the heel toe doubles on both. And I'm like, wow, that's the way to do it.
He's a monster with that.
It takes a long time to get used to the feeling of the heel toe. But hey, check out that video that Jared did on the heel toe technique. It's great.
Dakota Drummer says, just a comment. I have been playing for about 2 years, and almost everything that I know about drumming has come from you guys, and I feel great about what I know. That is one of the best compliments you can give.
That's huge.
Thanks for the great products and Drumeo Live. Thank you, Dakota. Really appreciate it, and I'm glad you have come out for the live lesson today. Adele Bertro says, what is the best style of music sheets for famous songs? Or sorry, what is the best way to get music sheets for famous songs? Do you get notation from anywhere online?
No, can't say I do. I learn by ear, and I do a little bit of transcribing. But I've had some students bring in drum tabs, and I guess those are pretty easy access. I mean, you can find those really easily. It's a little bit of a different approach, though, right? Yeah. It's different than the sheet music. I don't think it's easy to find sheet music.
It isn't.
You have to buy it.
And even that, it's tough to find books. Like I think who was I talking to? Was it Jay or Mike? We had a lesson where somebody asked the same question, and it's not easy to find it. It seems like drum notation is really hard to find, especially for famous songs and stuff.
That's true.
A lot of times the drummer's doing something different each fill, each kind of. Yeah, changing it up by like a quarter note or quarter note. What am I saying? Like a 16 notes here or there.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a famous drummer or a famous band, sometimes what they'll do is they'll feature the drummer or the band or a certain album, and do a whole book just on what that drummer's like. Neil Peart and Rush, they've got there's lots of books on that.
Actually,
that stuff.
There is an iPad app. I can't remember what it's called. Jam Play or something like that.
Oh yeah, Jam It.
Jam It, something like that. Yeah, Jam It.
It's local.
Sounds right. And you can download songs with the drums removed and the notation for it.
I saw that just the other day. That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Jordy asks, 5/4 time in Take 5 by David Brubeck is not choppy, right? You're right.
5/4. You're right. Sorry, I was thinking of a faster 5, like 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, like a 5/8.
Yeah.
Right? You're right. You can make odd time sound smooth, which is actually a very great thing to do.
When you can make a song, and this is what I always used to tell my students, when you can play an odd time and make the listener not know it's an odd time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when you really.
Yeah, and that's usually happening at slower tempos, 5/4.
Yeah.
More time for that to unfold, come back to the 1. But great point. Yeah, Take 5.
Jay Carroll says, Chris the War Monkey Warunky.
Oh, wow. That might be a new one.
It's already beginning, man.
I've heard... no, I'm not even going to say what I've heard. Never mind. That's a good one.
Nicholas S. also says, more of a general question, but what should you look for when buying drums? Okay, this is great. Just to get your take on it. It's a really loaded question, so we'll go quick because we're almost out of time here. Actually, we are out of time.
Yeah, that's a good question, and it's a very... it requires a bit of an intricate answer, but when you're looking to buy drums, you have to... Okay, first of all, budget, okay? Drums aren't cheap, right? They can be cheap, but how much money do you have to buy a drum kit, okay? What kind of sound are you looking for? That could... depending on what kind of sound you're looking for... you might want a certain wood, maple or birch, or, that will really affect the sound. Sizes as well, right? If you're playing jazz, do you want smaller drums? Are you playing rock? Do you want bigger drums? Those are some of the things to consider.
Cool.
Yeah.
And would you ever buy used?
Oh, yeah. I would.
Yeah.
New or used.
Yeah. Because, if you get a good... both. If you get a good set that's in great condition, the drums don't devalue unless you really just beat the snot out of them and scratch them up.
Yeah, that's right.
But, okay, give me a drum roll. This is going to be for the last giveaway we're going to do, and it's going to be for a free month of Drumeo, and I'm not going to pick somebody who's already not on Drumeo, so if you are, let me know. Okay, drum roll, please. Okay, Alexander Jeremiah.
Alexander.
George McCurdy Spanky is one of my favorite drummers. I think he's the best. I think is the best that ever did it. Okay, that was a little weird to say.
Spanky, I've heard. Who does he play with?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I've heard. I know the name. The name's familiar. I can't think of who he plays with now. But
I'm gonna YouTube this guy right after.
Yeah.
But Alexander Jeremiah, thank you very much. Email me, david@drumeo.com. I'll set you up with a free month so you can see what Drumeo's all about. 5 lessons a week. Different drummers like Chris, like Mike, like Jared, like me. We have Sam, we have Kyle. We have so many cool drummers here.
Great drummers. All great drummers.
And they all bring a different taste.
Exactly. So you're going to learn something from everyone.
Excellent. Hey, Chris.
Dave, thank you.
No, thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been awesome, Phils. You did a great job. And do you mind playing us out? Do you have another Omnisite tune you can play to?
Yeah.
Excellent. Omnisite is his band. Chris Warrenke's the drummer. He's been drumming for many years, and he's going to be online with us a lot more often. Thanks, guys, for coming out. If you're here for the free lesson, join us next Monday. We have another free lesson next Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And for all you Drumeo members, I'll see you tomorrow bright and early, 10 a.m. in the morning. 10 a.m. in the morning. And we're going to be on with Single Pedal Independence with Mike McCalco. Chris, again, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. It's been awesome, and thanks for all the great questions and compliments.
Perfect.
See you next time.
See you guys.
Of our time to eradicate hate, go back to faith.